Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 5th of March 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today our topic is we knew the importance of having a habit of reading books. There are not so many people who have this habit, and not all people who have the habit get the desired returns. Why? Alright, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yep. Um, uh, to answer the first part of the question, um, there are not so many people who have this habit. And then, yeah, my answer is it uh, readings doesn't uh, doesn't give us instant return. I mean, the return which we can get from the book, uh, it's not so easy. Maybe we need to spend time. We need to spend our time, sit down and reading. Yep. So uh, yeah, we may talk about whether reading book is for knowledge or reading some book is for entertainment. But both case here require us to spend time, and then the return is not that instant compared to other things. So in other words, we get distracted easily uh, by other medium. For example, YouTube. There are videos. Um, yeah. So uh, comparing videos and books. Uh, we can see that videos may be more uh, attracting. Yeah, this is for sure because videos uh, has the motion and then has the color and then with the voice. But for books, it only it is the word, and then we have to uh, get the information actively and not passively. Yep. So I think to me this is the reason why there are so many people uh, who don't have this habit. Yep. And then for the second part of the question, uh, not all people who have this habit get the desired returns. Yep. So for this, I think firstly, return is not guaranteed. Um, uh, this is quite usual. Not only reading, I think for uh, other activities, for example, learning in the classroom, we cannot guarantee that we get the desired returns. And the main problem here could be we don't know what we don't know. So this is something like related to meta connection. Even though we read the books and then maybe we didn't get the point, uh, which is which expressed by the writer, or we didn't get the most important thing from the book. Yep. So, however, we may not know that we miss out something so important. So so I think this is the first reason. And then second reason of why uh, some of the people cannot get desired returns from reading books is that uh, we didn't take action after reading the books. Yep, because yeah, after reading the books, maybe we have some new ideas or new information, new knowledge go into our brain, and then but we if we don't try it, so it will still be something new, and uh, we cannot know more about that. Yeah, because we just read it and then we have this concept in our mind. If we don't try it, and then we don't really know what exactly it is, and then the effectiveness of that particular things, and then it is something like a try and error. Yeah. So after reading, if we don't take action, we don't have the chance to go through try and error, and also yeah, because for try and error, it also sometimes require reflection. Yeah, because even if we try, and then we may not know whether it is effective, and we may not know whether we are doing it correctly. And then because of rationalization, sometimes we will cheat ourselves. So uh, we we didn't go through this reflection, and then and so that we cannot get the desirable return. Yeah, so these two are uh, the reasons I can think of for why people cannot get desirable returns from reading books. Yep. So yeah, what do you think, Eric?
Uh, what is the desirable return you describe?
Desirable returns. Um, so here, um, okay, for people who didn't take action at all, um, they maybe they can't get any difference. They didn't. It is just like um, the same as before reading the book. If for people who didn't take action, and then for people who take action, uh, maybe they will have some improvement, but the improvement may uh, just stop there. Didn't uh, didn't keep improving.
How to measure the improvement,
Measure improvement.
or how to see
Mm,
how to determine whether you have improved or not?
um, yeah, it is quite difficult, but
Then if this is
mm,
difficult, how can we get uh, how can we know how can we
mm,
know what is the desirable returns? So
mm,
so
mm, yeah.
this is back to the first question. Yeah, what is the desirable returns you mentioned here?
Mm, yeah.
Mm.
Um, desirable returns.
Think about it.
Mm,
You try to form a habit of reading book,
okay.
but uh, but uh, but I can know that because most of people don't read the book uh so often.
Mm,
Mm, than our expectation. For example, uh, I want to read I want to read 10 book. I want to read 10 book per year. But actually
mm,
end up I just read only like 3 or 4 book. Mm. I'm pretty sure that many people experience this, so I assume you also have this experience. Then
Yeah.
so at that time, what is the returns you want to get from reading book?
Um. Um. Yeah. It is like it dep it depends on what book we are reading and what we want to get. For example, uh if you want to learn yeah, let's say investment, then the desired return is uh maybe it's the skill, the mindset of investment.
Mm.
Yeah, and then uh yeah, the mindset, and then for the returns, for the real returns, yeah, maybe we take action and then we start to invest, and then we still didn't uh earn money from investment, or maybe you lost a lot of money, and then in that case, maybe we can say that is we have some return from the books, but that is not the desirable returns.
Mm. Then how about some other philosophy book?
Philosophy books. Philosophy books is quite it's quite different. It is not like a skill. It is mindset. Um, for example, I can think of let's say um, if you read a book that um, um, okay, if let's say the emotion control, can it be one of the philosophy book?
No.
Oh,
Mm.
um,
Philosophy book
mm,
is, for example, something like the Shakespeare, Shakespeare. Yeah.
oh,
Those book written by uh this philosophy master,
mm,
and for example like the Nietzsche, yeah, and also like some others. For example, one of the famous is the uh uh Bola Tu, or some, yeah, or some this kind of person. Yeah.
mm,
Mm. Yeah, of course. I uh I don't I don't read their book. Okay,
yeah,
but I just want to ask you,
mm.
those people who read this book, what is the desirable return they want to get?
Okay, firstly, I'm quite confused. This kind of philosophy book. Um, can there is a Chinese book which is called I'm not whether it's Chinese or it is translated. The Chinese name of this book is Lao Ren Yu Hai. Can it be philosophy?
Uh, this is actually the how to say, this is a 文学.
Oh, I see.
It can be calculated. Okay, okay, yeah. And let's say uh okay, okay, how about we change the example. For example,
Mm.
those historical book.
Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah.
historical book.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the
So
desirable return they want uh they want to get?
desirable returns um firstly is the knowledge. They know the story in the past, and then maybe they hope that uh, from from the history they can they can learn something. They can learn some lesson from let's say people if let's say if somebody fell which is recorded in the history, and then yeah, maybe he want to learn something from this failure. Or if some people is very successful, and then maybe he also want to learn how to be successful.
Yeah. I think what you mentioned here is not the historical book. Is the what is that called? The uh is how to say, is the 个人传.
Oh.
Yeah. A historical book is, for example, you read about the history of World War II. Okay, you read about the history of Rome. How Rome rise, how Rome become so successful, and how Rome Roma, how Rome finally fell. Yeah. And 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 you also can read about like the Japan history, the
Yeah.
US history, why US become independent from UK. Okay. And how US finally become uh the most powerful, the most powerful country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of is this kind of history. It's not the history
Individual.
of one, of individual.
Yeah.
And also we have a lot of Chinese also have a lot of history book.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Certainly I know how to describe the philosophy book. For example, in Chinese, we got some famous people. For example, like the Lao Tzu. Okay. And
Yeah.
we also have the Zhuangzi, and we have a lot of these Han Feizi, or yeah. We got a lot of this kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially for the Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu. And Lao Tzu got write one of the book is called the 道德经 or something like this. Yeah. Yeah. So this kind of book can be classified as philosophy book.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Actually why we want to read book? We actually just think we want to learn the knowledge, and we expect we can gain something from the knowledge, or maybe we just acquire more knowledge. Yeah.
Like open our mind.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be one of the reason. And you say many people, just now you say many people don't read book. Yeah, many people don't read book because of because they think reading book is very boring. Yeah. And then they can watch some video, so that because the video is more attractive. Yeah. So if this is the case, is reading book really important? And also, if reading book is so important, why they still want to choose another source of gaining this knowledge? Are they just want the attractive, or are they want the knowledge itself. For example, because previously we have one discussion about the importance of reading books. Especially the books. Because books is the primary source. Primary source of material. And the video is the second source. It's secondary source. So the information have been processed, and then it can create some case that the information is not accurate anymore, and also the main point may miss out. Okay, and also some of the detail may also miss out. And you cannot see the whole picture. You just see the main point, and it could mislead you. It could mislead your direction. Okay. So this is a summary of our previous conversation. So now, I don't want to discuss how important of reading books. Okay. I just want to ask whether these people who didn't read book, whether these people really know how important of reading the books. If they know it is important, why they don't do? Right. And just now you talk about the instant gratification. We all know about the instant gratification. For example, we know we need to earn money, so we need to save, then we can buy house. Or we know we need to work hard. We need to work hard, so that for employee it is the same. We need to work hard, we need to study hard, so that we can get our returns. But still many people don't do it right. So is it just because of instant gratification? If they really know how important was, for example, they know how important how investment so important, they should start to take action. If they don't know it, if they don't know investment is so important, they won't start to take action. So to me, why so many people don't have this habit? First is because they don't know how important was, and also it is because why they don't know this reading book is so important, because they didn't get the harvest. They didn't get any return from it. For example, they don't have the experience. They don't have the experience of using some knowledge that they have learned. Maybe from book, or from some other materials, to help their to help their working, to help their doing. And Actually, you can see many of the staff, they just do the very simple thing, and they don't have the awareness that they need to learn new things. Yeah. So for this kind of people, they don't even want to start to learn new thing. How can you expect them to read a book?
Yeah, so this is different from don't know reading is important, right? This is something like their attitude of don't have the mindset to learn and improve, right?
Mm, okay, and here I just want to mention, they don't know what is the returns. They don't know what return they can get. They don't know what the return they can get. They don't have an expectation here. They don't have an expectation there. Yeah. So they don't know what is the use of reading book. So do you think would they read book? No, they wouldn't. But if I tell you, if you read 100 books, I will give you 1 million. You definitely will start to read the book. Because the return is the return now is visible. You can measure your progress. You also can measure the returns. Because 100 books will help you earn 1 million. So divided 100. So by reading one book, you can earn 10K. So we can measure. Now we can measure. Yeah. And also, like just now you say, it is hard. It is hard to. Okay. Just now you say return is not guaranteed. Return is not guaranteed. I agree. Yeah. And also, this is because one of the thing that knowledge. Okay. Normally when we think about return, at the end we will try to monetize it. Not monetize. We will try to quantify. We will try to quantify it. So make it become an amount, become a figure, so that we can measure.
Yeah.
And then it will lead us to have one thinking. Is this knowledge can be monetized? Yeah. So actually, monetizing knowledge is very, very difficult. Yeah. For example, those people who read the historical book, how can they monetize the knowledge? Yeah. They
Very
can film
difficult.
a video and post on YouTube platform. So other people who don't like to read book, they will just watch their video, okay, and then they can get a view. So they can get the they can share the advertisement returns, advertisement revenue with YouTube platform. So this is how they one of the way they can monetize the knowledge. Another way, another way, they become the lecturer, teach other people about history. But this job is very hard to get, and the market is so small.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually monetizing knowledge is very, very difficult. Yeah, and also for example, for another example, for example, uh like you know the the history of World War II.
Okay.
Yeah. How can you use this on your reality? How can you apply it to real life? Tell people we should not we should not we should not have fight. And and then we shouldn't have a war, and we need to we need to maintain good relationship with other country or with other people, so that our world will become more peaceful. Yeah, become more peace. So this is just useless. Yeah, this thing is just
Yeah.
useless. On this on this viewpoint. Yeah. But if you're standing another viewpoint to look at the history, hey, and uh yeah, if you look at the history, you can realize there is a pattern. There's some regular pattern. For example, every 100 years, we will have at least one war.
Yeah.
Yeah, every 100 years we will have one war. Then if you know this fact, and you know what's the consequence of war, so that you can know what you should do before the war happen, or what you should do after the war. So the knowledge itself won't help you. It requires some thinking.
Yeah.
And okay, uh, okay, I can give you an example. Yeah, recently I built one template uh to my I built one template and let my colleague use. Okay,
Yeah.
by using the template, she can save like she can shorten um the process, like uh it's about 50%. Okay,
Oh, wow.
yeah, actually it's more than 50%, but now her ability is her ability only can reduce, only can cut the time of 50%. Yeah. So in the past, for example, in the past she need to key in the transaction one by one
Yeah.
into the accounting system. Okay. Now I create a template, and then after she key the transaction into the Excel template, and then at the end we import all the transaction into the accounting system. Yeah. So actually this is much faster than than uh than key the transaction into the accounting system directly. Yeah. Uh, and I teach her how to use a template, and I teach her some main point, and she did record down. She got write some notes. But yesterday I look at I look at her doing.
Yeah.
He actually uh she actually didn't follow the steps. And she forget the main point. Yeah, she forget some of the main point, and it becomes so slow. It becomes so inefficiency.
Oh.
Yeah. So, in the process of teaching her, I actually I actually realized her just want to ju- just want to take note the step. And she don't uh she don't ask and she don't even bother why she need to do this. Yeah, yeah. She just want to remember the step. Yeah, like key here. Yeah, here need to key the date, and here need to choose like the company name, and another need to key like the description or something like this. Yeah. So right now I look at her. Yeah, of course. I know it. Uh we we will have this process. This is the process of learning. Yeah, but it's quite interesting. I look at her note. Yeah, I look at her note. He just write down the step. He just write down the step. Yeah, step 1, step 2, step 3, like this. Yeah. So she still don't know why she want to do that. So if this is the case, how can she improve? She will just follow the step, and she don't even know. She don't even know uh what she are doing. And when other people may ask her, yeah, why here need to key this thing? Yeah, why here need to key, for example, why here need to key the description, or why here need to choose yes, or why here need to need to choose a type, of the documentation. For example, like invoice, credit note, debit note, or something like that. Yeah, and they'll say, yeah, because Eric asked me to do this. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I know, because I also have this experience. The first time I used the template which created by my boss, I also will have this experience. I'll just refer to to a completed template, and I try to find the consistency. So I try to figure out uh uh what should I key in this column or in this cell. Yeah, this is the very beginning stage. And this is that yeah, normally you want, if when you want to try a better method, a better solution, at the first stage, it may slow down your pace. Yeah, it seem inefficient, and you may just think, yeah, why not I just use the old method. I just use the old method. So at least I can do faster. And also I don't need to learn new thing. Yeah, this is the most important. Yeah, this is the most important reason. Yeah, if I use the old method, I don't need to learn new thing. Yeah, and learn the new method, and it is also so slow. Yeah, this is still slow. It is still inefficient. Yeah, and they will have this kind of thinking. Okay, I will have this kind of thinking. If there is a new method, after learning that method, okay, my speed will improve. Okay, for example, after you have learned one Excel formula, you can save ton of the time. Yeah. But if you want to learn that formula, it may cost you, like, let's say 1 day. Okay. If you use the old method, to do the same job, it may cost you like half day.
Okay.
But learn the Excel formula, it will cost you 1 day. Yeah. And then after learning, it can reduce the times, let's say from half day to 1/4.
3 hours.
to 2 hours, let's say to 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
And you may think, yeah. So I learned this Excel formula need to cost 1 day. And then I need to do this thing. So it will cost me 1 day plus 2 hours. So it's like 10 hours. So if I just use my own method, I can use 4 hours to finish all these tasks. Yeah. So they'll choose the old method. Because this is so urgent, the case is so urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll fall into the trap. That everything they need to use the old method. Yeah. Because they already they're already busy. Yeah, they're already busy, and we know the task is getting more and more. Yeah, the task won't get lightened. Yeah.
Yep.
The workload is more and the workload is more and more. Yeah. So that you will fall into a trap that if you just keep using the old method to do things, and you just make you more busy. If you try a new method, in short term, it is inefficient. But in long term, after you learn one new method, so it will reduce the time consumed. Yeah, the time consumption of, let's say, like daily tasks or monthly tasks or even quarterly tasks. Okay. So you have more time to allocate. So you can use you can use the time that you have saved to learn new thing. And then after learn the new thing, you can improve the efficiency. So it become the positive loop.
Yep.
Yeah. So for normal people, they will think by learning new method is so slow and is inefficient. Okay. So that they won't have the accumulation. They won't have the experience. And then they're back to the old method.
Yep.
Yeah. And you also can apply this. You also can apply this concept, this idea on reading book. Most of us don't read book. Yeah, especially nowadays. We just watch the video. We just search something from internet. And this is and we actually know those information is sometimes is inaccurate. Inaccurate. And the information is just partial. Yeah, the information is not complete. For example, okay, one of the example is the hydrogen energy. Okay. Yeah. So we can read a lot of things. Yeah, we can read a lot of things. But the information is come from the internet, and because the writer will definitely have the bias.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely they will have the bias. So we just read the thing. We just read the thing, and then we didn't filter out the bias. So we will have the idea that, wow, this thing is good. Yeah. For example, you read a lot of or you watch a lot of those videos, but they will mention hydrogen, and hydrogen technology is actually an old technology. Yeah, but we can know this by reading the comments, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So actually, this is the same thing. Many people will watch the video, but only few of them will spend time to read the comments. Yeah.
Yep.
And I know you and I is a person that will read the comments. Yeah. So okay, it's the same. It's the same on reading book. They have taste they taste so good. Yeah, they taste so good from watching the video. And if you ask them, if you ask them to read the book, yeah, to read the book is instead of watching the video, in order to gain the knowledge,
Yeah.
they will refuse. Yeah, they definitely will refuse. So this is also the same thing. At the first, this is inefficient. Yeah, so they don't want they they feel it is so slow. They feel it is inefficient, so that they will miss out the accumulation. They'll miss the the they'll lose a chance. They'll lose a chance to accumulate the experience, and then they are back to the old methods.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you link to what I mentioned just now, many people who don't read the book is because of they can't know. They don't understand. They don't understand the returns. They don't understand the return they can get.
Yep.
If you really know the return you can get, just like reading 100 books, you can get 1 million, and every people will go read the book. And if you restrict them to read the book, they definitely will fight with you. Yeah, because you stop them to earn 1 million.
Yep.
By just reading book. Yeah, so they don't know the returns. Okay. And also monetize knowledge is very difficult.
Yep.
Yeah. And also just now you also mentioned those people who have read the book, okay, those people who read the book, they may not get the they may not get the returns. Yeah, they may not get the desirable returns. Yeah. So why? And you say it is because they didn't take action. They didn't apply their knowledge on reality. Yeah, but monetized knowledge is so difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, we know how important of habits, and we know some other some other know what, for example, like the dopamine and also like the serotonin. Okay.
Yeah.
But after we knowing this, do we really form a strategy to try to like increase the serotonin, the serotonin, or try to increase the dopamine in the right time? Do we really have that strategy? No, right?
Yeah, no. Not taking it so seriously.
And we wouldn't like, this thing is so important, so I need to form a strategy. So like, what should I do in the morning? What should I do in the afternoon? What should I do in the evening and also the night? Yeah. We won't form a strategy. Yeah, and we won't make it become a habit. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a question. And also we know money is so important.
Yeah.
But is our doing is the most effective way and more efficient way to earn money? Definitely no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, if you just read the book, you can't improve yourself. You still require the thinking. And just now also mentioned the meta connection.
Yeah.
You need to think. Yeah. And I remember one of the famous guy once says reading actually is the uh reading actually is the task. Yeah, it's the task. Or reading is actually the activities. Yeah, reading is the activities that allow you to think. Yeah. So if you say you are reading book, okay, it may not be accurate. Mm, mm. A more appropriate phrase is actually you are thinking. You are
Oh.
thinking. You are thinking on what the you are thinking on the book. Yeah. You are thinking the idea of this book. You are thinking what the writer write. You are thinking why the writer write this. Yeah. And just now you also say some of the people they cannot get the returns. They cannot get the returns from reading is because they didn't take action. And actually one of the action is actually reread the book. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We didn't start to read.
No, reread. So is read again. Yeah, read again the same book.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And many people will also have this idea. Yeah, after I read this book, so that's been I already I already acquire this knowledge. Or maybe other people will say, yeah, even though I will forget some, but I would like to spend more time to read new book so I can learn new knowledge. Yeah. But is this be the case? But is it the case? No. Yeah. Because knowledge is very difficult to learn. And if you really want to know the detail, know how to apply, it really take time. Yeah, it really take time. So sometimes, or I should say most of the time, we have to read the book again. Yeah, read the same book again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many people uh how many people are reading books? Okay. And also there are so few people have the habit of reading book. And also they have lesser people who have the habit to read the book. They have already to reread the book. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And it's and I think you heard some people say, yeah, the first time I read the book, I just can get this idea, but when the second time I read the same book, I get new idea, right?
Yep.
Mm, mm, yeah. So if this is really a good book, okay, instead of read a new book, okay, we can read the same book, or we can find other book which is talk about the same thing.
Oh, related, right?
Yeah, the related this is related book. Yeah. I mean the knowledge is similar. For example, if you want to learn about habit, okay,
Yeah.
and you can read like the power of habit. You can also read like the atomic habit.
Mm.
So you don't really need to read the same book. Okay, you don't really need to read the same book again. You can find other book which is also talk about the same thing. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that do you have any question? Yeah.
Yeah, just now you say because people don't know the return.
So
Uh,
what is the return, right?
yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Uh. Okay. The returns normally people will measure the return in monetary value. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is one of the method. Yeah. It is one of the method. And I cannot I cannot disagree that I also will have this uh this thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I read sometimes I learn a lot of things. Okay.
Mm.
I'll try to think, yeah, how to monetize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, but if you but if you keep thinking this, but if you keep thinking, yeah, how to monetize the thing, okay, you actually also will fall into a trap. You also will fall into a trap that you will you only try to learn those things can help you earn money.
Mm.
Yeah. And I cannot say it is not good, okay, but it actually will narrow your view. So what is the most appropriate uh what's the most appropriate method to deal with this? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh it actually requires some experience. Yeah, it actually requires some experience to to really understand this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, actually you cannot foresee the returns. Just like you cannot predict the stock price. It's the same thing.
Mm.
But you cannot predict the stock price in short term. Doesn't mean that you cannot uh you cannot predict the stock price in long term.
Mm.
Okay. For example, like Google, yeah, we cannot predict the stock price of Google, of Amazon, of Facebook in short term, but but actually we can definitely we can be sure that, yeah, the value of this company uh will become higher. Sorry, I mean uh the company of this sorry, the value of this company 10 years later definitely will higher than the value of this company nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah, we can pretty sure that, yeah, because this company are controlling the big data. They feed the big data to the AI. Yeah. So nowadays, who control the data? Who control the AI? Because they need to feed the data to the AI in order to uh uh okay the data is something like the input. Okay, so they feed to the AI, so AI will use this data to learn. Yeah, to learn to do the self learning, or we could or we also can say the deep learning. Yeah,
Mm.
so the AI will become more powerful.
Yep.
Yeah. So by knowing this fact, and we can know the value of this company definitely will become higher. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. By knowing this is enough. Yeah. Is already enough. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to do investment, you can invest your money in this company. Okay. Then how about learning? You just need to have a big idea. Yeah. You just need to have a big idea. For example, I talk about the history. By learning those history, I can learn. I can learn the trend. Yeah, because we know. Yeah. The case is how to say, the case is different. Yeah, every times the case is different. Or we should say the fact. Mm, yeah. The case is different. But what is the same? Yeah, what thing is the same? Human psychology. Human psychology, the greed and the fear. Greed and the fear
Yeah.
is the same. Yeah. Yeah. Human inherently have the weakness, and some people will do the bad thing. Some people will do the good thing. Yeah. And okay, uh okay, let me rephrase. Yeah, let me rephrase. Okay. For example, we know about the economics, and we know every few years we will have a financial crisis. Okay. Yeah. And every time the reason to cause the financial crisis is different. Yeah. Yeah, every time the reason to cause a financial crisis is different. For example, we have like the internet bubble, we have the a prime loan
Subprime.
crisis. Yeah. Mm, and we also have the like the COVID-19. The COVID-19, like the COVID-19 crisis or something like this. And all this, yeah. And why is the same thing? Yeah. The same thing is when this happened. Yeah, when this happened, uh, the stock market, the stock market will crash. Yeah, and after human, after human, uh, recover. After we recover from this crisis, we will become more stronger. Yeah. So this, for example, this is a history. This is the history of the economy. Yeah. This is the history of the economy, and also this is the history of the stock market.
Yeah.
And you can see the chart. You also can know, and you also can study. You also can study the financial crisis, like the 1929, the Great Depression, and you also can study. Yeah, can study a lot of this financial crisis history. You can find the trend.
Yeah.
Mm. And it is same as other history. Yeah, you can find the trend. So at here, okay, the knowledge itself, yeah, it's the same thing. The knowledge itself wouldn't give you the return. You need to think. You need to think. And how to monetize it, this is another topic. Yeah. And but what's the return you can get? Yeah. What's the return you can get? By knowing the trend, by knowing the pattern. Yeah, by knowing the pattern, you can you can benefit. You can benefit from this trend. This is just simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like learning a new skills, okay, like learning a Python, learning an Excel, learning English. How can you sure that you can have the return? And after you learn this, let's say after you learn English, what's the return you can get? Yeah, you can't even monetize it. Yeah, if you are not a teacher. Yeah. So what's the returns? Yeah. The return is we can use this to communicate. Yeah. And but the return in short term cannot be foreseen. Yeah, but the return in long term, we can foresee the return in long term. Yeah. And also we cannot share that this skill okay, in long term, it will have the case that this skill help you to do something, and this thing is very important. Yeah. So you cannot know what's the benefit of learning the particular thing, but you can know this thing can benefit you in future. Yeah. So just it. Yeah. With this reason, you can start to you can learn the thing. Yeah. This reason seems quite weird. Yeah. I can give you more example. I can give you more example in future. For example, okay. But not in today's topic. In summary, I have this experience. Yeah. For example, I try to study hard, and we know study hard. Studying hard doesn't mean that you definitely will get the returns. Okay. And at the first, I also don't know. Working hard, study hard will give me the desirable returns. And I don't even know what is the desirable what's the return I can get. Now, what's the return I can get? But I just work hard because I know, yeah, this is not bad to me. Yeah. Yeah, this is the right thing. It's the right thing, and it's the thing I should do. Yeah. So that after I study hard, and then I get a good result, and my student loan have been waived. Yeah, have been waived. Okay. So I have additional 200. Let's say I use the 200 to do investment. Okay. And because of the compound interest, yeah, 200 can grow to like few hundred K. So people need to spend like, if I'm not wrong, we need to spend like 17 years or 20 years to repay all of our student loan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that means you have a 200 commitment in these 20 years. Yeah. Yeah. So what is the returns? The return is not just the wave of the student loan. If you add on the compound interest, the work hard, yeah, the return of the work hard is few hundred K or even the 1 million. Yeah. If you if the annual return rate is high, okay, like 20% or 25%, yeah, it could reach to 1 million. So in this case, what's the returns? The return is 200 additional 200 per month. But it's not just about 200. Because you can use this 200 to do investment.
Yep.
So you can also think like this is like the domino effect. Yeah. Because of the tiny change, you can do something you can do more things. And by leverage this, you can do additional thing. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can pretty sure that what is the return you can get in futures. But it definitely will help you in future. Yeah. I don't know whether the explanation can be understood. Yeah, because it's really hard. It's it's really hard to explain, and also it's really hard to understand if you don't have the experience. If you didn't try something, and if you didn't experience that process, the slow inefficient and accumulation and gaining the experience. If you didn't fight over this, after you have some accumulation, after you taste the good, after you taste the good, that try to use the new method, or try to learn something that can benefit you in long term, and then you keep doing this, and the return is not instant. Maybe after 2 years, after 3 years, and you'll be so appreciate. Yeah, you'll be so appreciate. Yeah. In the past, 2 years ago, I'm so appreciate 2 years ago I make a correct decision. Yeah, for example, now I very appreciate 1 years I make a decision that come to Singapore to work 1 years ago.
Yeah.
If at that time I didn't make that decision, I still in Malaysia. And if I still in Malaysia, I cannot earn that high income, and maybe I may lose the job. I may lose my job. Yeah. And I may not even start to do investment. Because I need to struggle for my living.
Yeah.
So I may lose more things. Yeah. Okay, so this is my sharing for today.
Yep. Yeah. I also finished my talking.
Okay, that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversation? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.